This bar of soap called Irish Spring came out on the market when I was a young engineer doing this kind of work, starting out to work at Procter & Gamble. The most successful new product introduction in history, and it had these stripes. Do you remember the guy with the knife on the things? It was the first time anybody made a stripe bar, And this stripe bar was different, green stripe. P&G didn't make this bar, Colgate did. All of a sudden people started buying this green stripe bar. Why? In the commercials, what's it supposed to do for you? You see these images of refreshment. They're in the mountains, they're in the streams, they're in the Irish meadow, everything is refreshed. Colgate has generated the first refreshment bar in history. Nobody ever made a refreshment bar and made a green stripe. Okay? P&G, that was adaptability, right? Adaptability. P&G didn't. So they got to react. They form a team. We're losing market share like crazy. We formed this team. Team calls me 6 months later. We need your help. What's the problem? We're failures. We're failed. We can't do it. We're big failures. What's the problem? I said, well, you know, in our company, if you're number 2, you can't go to your management and say, management, we've got a green stripe bar equal to Irish Spring. The answer is too bad. Come when you've got a competitive edge. Otherwise, you don't go ahead. We've made 6 outstanding green stripe bars. Every single one of them equals Irish Spring in a consumer test. Can't beat them. Can't beat them. Okay? I'm saying to myself, I think I know how they have defined this problem. They've defined the problem as how might we make a better green stripe bar? 6 times, okay? We got together for a creative session, and the secret came out in the problem definition. And there's a little thing called the why was stopping analysis, which I won't get into right now, but here's what happens. If you take a problem and say, you state it, how might we make a better green stripe bar? And then you ask, why would we want to make a better green stripe bar? One answer might be, we've lost market share, which would lead to a high level how might we regain market share, where we have a narrow one down here called how might we make better green stripes. So that's in a why direction. Now, if you ask the question, why else? The team said, what do you mean why else? I said, think about it. Think of being different people. You know, think of the consumer. Why would you want to make a better green stripe bar from a consumer's point of view? Anybody guess what the answer was? They had a lot of trouble answering this. Consumer doesn't care about our market share. What do they care? What they're caring about? Refreshment. That led to how might we make a more refreshing bar. Now this is narrow, this is more broad, this is even more broad. And this is divergent. See, divergence in problem definition is totally different from divergence in other things. They picked this one. How do we make a more refreshing bar? And the difference between this is like opens, it doesn't tie your hand so much. Why not go to more market share? Well, it's too broad. Let's go just about here. They picked this one, and so the problem definition was, how might we make a more refreshing bar? Now we go to step 4, generate ideas. Now we got the problem defined the way we like it. They generated about 200 ideas in no time flat, about 2 hours. When it comes time to choose, 2 best ideas were, I like going to the beach for refreshment. White sand, blue sky, white clouds. Somebody said, I like going to the coast. And out of this came a bar called Coast. That's exactly how this bar was invented. And it's not green striped. It's called blue and white swirly. It's got a different shape, different odor. It beat Irish Spring in a blind test, which was a ticket to market test. And a few months later, it was implemented. Around the wheel it went. 25 years later, these 2 bars are giant sellers in a huge market called refreshment bars. Lever Brothers, number 3, popped out immediately and said, aha, we'll go you one better. We'll give you green striped shield or blue striped shield. Take your choice. You get one of each. Right? Irish Spring said, okay, we'll give you a blue striped Irish Spring also. Blue striped. P&G test marketed a gold striped Coast. Gold striped. And then if you go to the drugstore, you'll find everybody and his brother's got a green striped and blue striped refreshment bar. Here's the secret. How long did it take for the group to actually solve this problem? 2 hours. But what took 6 months was not the solution. It was defining the problem. It's called 1 to 8. It's going 1 to 8, 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 until you get tired, want to quit the team, and then finally, I didn't know about soap. I just said, well, we go 1 through 8 this way, and then the big aha came here. See, most people don't have the skill. This is a skill. It's not taught in school. We want to run and shoot. And that's the effectiveness for efficient. Make sure you work on the right problem before you make it efficient. And this is a very difficult skill.